Wow, it's a beautiful day. Welcome to the second episode of the Cedric Live Show. We're filming from the beautiful Naguru skies. To the left is Lake Victoria. I see Kololo. I see the bypass. You guys need to come up here and check it out. But today on the episode, we're shooting Isaac Bumbuli. Great story this guy has, very inspiring. It's about dreams dashed, hope crushed, and perseverance to get back to where he is today. So all of you tune in to the Cedric Live Show, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. Thanks very much. Hey guys, welcome to the Cedric Live Show again. Today we have a special guest. His name is Isaac Bumbuli. Isaac has a very inspirational story. You know, it's about devastation. It's about something that was career ending. But what he's done is he's pulled himself together and he's raised himself back up to where he needs to be today to move forward in life. Like we said, you know, when we started the Cedric Live Show, we're here to inspire, we're here to educate, we're here to inform. And I think Isaac's story is actually really about those three things. It's about inspiring, educating, and informing. So welcome to the show, Isaac. It's good to have you, brother.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I heard about your story maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and it was very inspirational and, you know, very courageous. You know, what you've done with your life and, you know, what happened to you was something that, you know, unimaginable for I guess, an athlete, and even for anybody, just the average person, you know. So, first of all, how's everything? You're good?
Yeah, I'm pushing on.
Family's good?
Family's good. Family's okay. Thank you for having me here.
You're welcome. So, Isaac, where were you born, first of all? Because I see you're quite young. You're like 27 years old, right? So you were born like yesterday, you like just the other day.
My name's Imam Isaac Bumbuli, former footballer. I played for some teams here. I grew up in a pro-line soccer academy.
Mujib?
Yes, yeah. Mujib was my boss. Then I played for Utoda in the Super League on Super Sport 9. Yes. Then I played with Chira Young. Yes. Yeah, then I also had some trials with some European teams, Portsmouth, Leeds United. I was at Carrington with Walbeck when he was still at developmental at Carrington United.
So you mean you actually went to England?
Yeah.
And I was did your trials?
Yeah, I was in the UK. Okay. Yeah, I was at Manchester on invitation.
How was that? How was that experience?
It was the greatest moment I've ever had in life, you know, like rubbing shoulders with Wayne Rooney, Cristiano Ronaldo, Patrice Evra, Alex Ferguson, all these great guys in the history of football. It was a very, very great moment.
I know football is the biggest sport in the world, you know, and the guys you've just mentioned are some of the biggest superstars in football. Yeah. So tell me, where were you born? I mean, did you grow up in Kampala? Did you grow up somewhere else?
Yeah, I was born in Mbarara. My mom is Mnyankole from Mbarara. Okay. Then my dad was a Congolese. Yes. But I was born here. Yes. And I grew up in Rosira Prison Barracks. Oh. It's where I grew up with my auntie. She's called Kabibi. Yes. And I grew up with my other sisters and brothers from there.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have one brother of mine. Yeah. Then I have 2 other sisters of mine. But then with my auntie, the one I grew up with, has 1 girl and 2 boys. That's how we grew up here.
So it's a big family?
Yeah, it's a big family.
How was your childhood? Was it a happy childhood?
No, it wasn't. It was a hassle, you know, like eating once a day, going to school like after cleaning up the house, washing dishes and stuff. Then you go at school. Sometimes you're late. You're supposed to be caned. It was not a smooth childhood. It was a very rough one.
Yeah, but you kept pushing and you went on to play pro soccer and you got the invitations to the big clubs. And
like I remember when I was growing up in a barracks, my auntie never wanted me to play football. So, but I had the chance that my grandmom was there also. So whenever I could come back from school at around like 4, I would wash dishes, clean the house, and then she throws my football boots from the window so that I pass behind the house, go pick them, run down to the pitch. So sometimes I would find kids when they have already started playing and all that. So I was always the late one because of the home that I was coming from.
So even when you were a kid, you were persistent?
Yeah.
And you're still persistent today?
You don't have to give up in life.
Ah, that's great. I know, you should just keep trying. Every day is a struggle. Some struggles are harder than others, but we put it in the hands of God and then we do the rest ourselves. But so tell me, how did you start in Luzira? Was there a team? Then you went to Proline. How did it happen?
Yeah, I started in school. It is called Makshonbe Primary School.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started playing there when I was in P4. I was on the school team.
Yes.
So we used to play like Luzira team schools, and then we qualified to Nakawa division.
Yeah.
And then we qualified to the district.
Yes.
So I started with Makshonbe Primary School. Then I got bursary in P6.
Okay.
Then I went to P7 on bursary.
Yes.
And
bursary is a scholarship, basically.
It's scholarship.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So after that I went to Kasao SS in Mukono.
Okay.
For my senior one. Then senior 2 I changed. I went to East High School in Tinda for my senior 2 and senior 3.
Yeah.
Senior 4 I went a bit at St. Mary's Chitende.
Yes.
I wasn't there for some time. Then I stopped there. But it was all football. Then from senior 4 is when I met Mujib.
Yes.
When he was starting Proline Soccer Academy. So I joined Mujib Soccer Academy. That's when I started real professional football.
Mujib is a friend of mine. Is he a good guy? Just say, because right now you're national TV. Yeah. You can say what you want about Mujib and he can't do anything. Let me don't say anything bad. I'm just joking. I'm just saying, I know he's done a lot for soccer in Uganda. Yeah. He has his academy. Yeah. He's nurtured some players. He's been instrumental in the development of football over the years. And I have a lot of respect for him as a guy who's invested in sport. Yeah.
He's one of the best guys I've known so far as history of football in Uganda, because it's like I've grew up in his hands. He has taught me how a professional footballer is supposed to dress, how I'm supposed to talk to media, how I'm supposed to take my life as a professional footballer. So he's a very straight guy. Once he doesn't like this, he will tell you straight, I don't like this. He's not like other guys who don't like something and then went behind my back and tell someone else, you know what, the other guy does this and this, I don't like it. He'll come tell it straight to you. So I like him for being straight. Did you ever get a call up to the Cranes? Yeah. You played for the Cranes? Under 17, under 20. That's fantastic. I always tell people, that I played tennis for Uganda. And I always tell people that to represent your country must be one of the best things that a human being can do. We're 42 million people, and maybe only 100,000 of that population have got to represent the country. So I think it's fantastic what you did, and a lot of respect to you. And I hope that you'll be an inspiration to all the young guys coming up, trying to join the Cranes and do their thing. I saw the other day they qualified for AFCON. And I was happy, I even sent Okui a message, but he wasn't playing. I hope to have him on the show one day because he's a great talent. Yeah, I've been with him in the same school, in Kasao SS. I played with him on the school team of Kasao SS. He's a good player. Fantastic. You had this budding career. You were on the verge of greatness. Yeah. Then something happened. Tell me. It was like a normal night. By then I was coming from Rwanda, because when you're on under 17 and 20, you're allowed to switch to any country that you want to play for. So I was here on under 17 and under 20. They used to call me sometimes and drop me, call me and drop me. So I was fed up. So I gotten a chance of playing for Rwanda, because that taken some of our boys from here to go and play for Rwanda. Yes. For example, there's Butera Andrew, then there's Charles Tibingane, then there's Bonnie, who played for Rwanda national team. So I was called to go play for Rwanda. Right. So I went there, but reaching there is a letter that they wanted that confirms that I'm a Rwandese who was born and raised in Uganda. Right. So I had to get it from Rwanda High Commission here and take it there so that I get the national ID. Right. So when I was in Rwanda, they sent me for that later, and they gave me some little money. So as a norm, whenever like all these professional footballers come back here, they gather us, friends, and go out, have a drink, share some stories, like chat like this.
Like everybody else, like we all do.
Yeah, so that night I'd taken my boys to Club Soak. I had some little man on me. I'd called them to come and have fun with me.
These are like other footballers?
Yeah. So they went in before me. I was still home with my girlfriend. And then, but she had also refused me to go out that night. Because she kept telling me, you know what, send them the money, let them have fun, you stay home with me. I'm like, no, I told them to go, so I have to be with them. So I jumped out of the house, went to club, that was Club Soak. We went inside, we had fun for like an hour. Then I talked to a few boys that I wanted to talk to, I gave them what I wanted to give them. So I snitched out of them to come back home, because my girlfriend was waiting for me home.
Pressure of women.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So coming down to the parking lot, I was coming out of the parking.
At Silk?
Yes. So I scratched someone's car. Just a scratch,
You were driving?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I scratched someone's car. The guy came, he was a gentleman. He came out and said, no, it's a scratch. You take my car, they sprayed. I take yours. You fuel your car to take me to work tomorrow. And then when mine is okay, you bring it, you take back your car. That was how simple it was in the beginning. So he had other two guys in his car that he had come with. There were two. So they came out, they were drunk. They had bottles of beers in. Then they started saying vulgar words like, your old car is like doing our new car. Such words that I wouldn't want to use here. So they started beating me up.
Just hold it right there. We're going to cut. We'll be back in a few minutes. Before we went to commercial break, you were telling me about what happened. Two guys came out of the car and they had bottles or something. Anyway, I'll let you tell me the story.
Yeah, they were still drinking their beers in their bottles. Yeah. So they started using vulgar words that I don't want to bring here. Yeah. So, but the owner of the car was a gentleman.
Yes.
So he had told me to take my car, I take his for repair.
Yes.
So that when his car is okay, I give it to him, he gives me back mine.
Correct.
And we're good. Okay. But these other two guys that he had come with, they started making noise, they came out, they started beating me up. So there are these guys who work in a parking, they came and stopped the fight and said, instead of beating me up, you go to the police station and finish your things there. It is like 1 minute away from Club Soak to
Ginger Road, yeah.
Police station. So we drove to Ginger Road Police Station, parked the cars outside, went inside. There is a big counter in Ginger Road Police Station. So we reached there were like 3 Afandis. We talked to them. We're here to sort ourselves on the traffic case. It's like, no, that is not a big deal. You go inside. There is a corridor inside Ginger Road Police Station. This side are cells. I don't know what they do this other side, but this side I had like prisoners screaming in the night. So we're in that corridor. I had everything of mine on, shoes, belts, everything on. So I was still talking to one of the officers who had come to settle our matters. Right. So I was telling him what was happening at the scene. Right. So he was like, no, it is okay as long as the owner of the car has agreed. You agree with him and go back home. I'm like, it is okay. So the owner of the car wanted 140 to fuel my car to take him to work the next day. I go with
140,000?
Yeah, that is what he asked for.
Okay.
Then I take keys in a garage. I was like, it is okay. So I had money on me. I was confident I had money. So I touched my pockets. I didn't have my wallet with me. I did not have any single coin in me. I did not have my phone. So my brain switched. I told the officer, arrest these guys that have taken my wallet and my phone.
Right.
Remember, none of my friends knew what was happening in my life.
Yeah, they were still in the club.
Yeah. So they started like checking them there. One of them got lost. So my mind was on my phone and wallet. So, but then it was like a long time they were not seeing it. Then I asked for one of the Afandis a phone to call home, call my girlfriend to come with money and we pay and go. Then one of the Afandis gave me a phone and told me there is 400 shillings, be brief. So I got a small phone, moved aside to make a phone call. As I was still dialing the number, I had a sound like poof, you know, like poof. Then a smoke, a white smoke, when I was down. Because I had a sound, then I fell down. Then I saw like smoke like white smoke coming up. Then I felt heat like in my back because I was lying down. Then touching like this, it was blood all over, and it was too much heat in the blood. You know, blood is hot. Blood is hot. So the guy shot me from a close range because I was standing, and the guy shot me from a side. He shot this leg, then the bullet passed through here, entered here, and came out from here.
Are you trying to tell me that you were at Ginger Road Police Station?
Inside.
And a policeman shot you?
Inside Ginger Road Police Station.
You weren't armed, you didn't have anything, he just shot you?
I was not arrested. I did not make any statement with them. I was a free Ugandan. It was a traffic case that was supposed to be settled to a police station. There was nothing like a case. There's nothing like we had come to sign up a case or anything, no. So that is how I was shot. Okay,
so you were shot, you fell to the floor. What happened after that?
Yeah, so when I fell down, I tried again to stand up and walk, but I felt like one side was paralyzed. So I went back down for the second time, and this guy kept coming with a gun. So I was down like trying to cry for my life because I had noticed I was shot, but I didn't know where exactly I was shot. So I was telling these guys, please take me to the hospital. So this guy came with a gun, and these other officers came and pulled the gun out of him, but he kept like saying, why would you be like embarrassing me in front of a criminal person? You know, I'm entitled to shoot when I detect an escapee. Those are few words I had before I was taken out of the scene. So the guy, they pulled the gun out of him, but I think he wanted to finish me. I don't know what was his intention. Then after that, they put me on a car, took me to Mulago, and left me there.
The police left you there?
Yeah. They didn't inform anyone. They just dropped me to Mulago and dumped me there. So, but when I went to Mulago, I still like had the sense. I was seeing what was happening. So I remember I was received by a lady with too much gauze, you know. She kept like pumping those gauze in my wound, but it was too much blood coming, you know, out. And she kept like crying, I'm not going to lose this kid, I'm not going to lose this kid, I'm not going to lose this kid.
How old were you at this time? How old were you then?
I was like 23, 24. So the lady...
So this is only like 3 years ago?
I was shot in 2013, end of 2013 coming to 2014.
Okay, so the lady...
The lady tried so hard until she rescued me. Then I woke up like... Because by that time I was yearning for water. Like my life was good.
Because you were bleeding?
Yeah. I felt like here is whole dry. Like I was like, there was a thing of water, something they, you know those things in the hospital for water? You put, open and take. So I was looking at it there, but I wanted to reach it, but I couldn't reach it. Then later on when I was stabilized, they told me had I taken that water, I was going to die. So that is why they told me. So then after that incident, I woke up like after 2 days, and I had like blood everywhere, water everywhere. I was pierced the whole body. I still had my leg on. It was covered and all that. So that is the incident. That is how it happened.
So we're going to cut to commercial again, and we'll be back with Isaac to tell us the rest of the story. Welcome back from commercials. We're still here with Isaac Bumbuli, former professional footballer. We're just in the middle of his story, so I'll just sort of recap. So Isaac, you're in the hospital. You're lying there. You know, you you have, you still have your leg, but you're a bit disorientated. You have a lot of drips and things going on. So what happened from there?
It was the usual treatment, just because I came to understand later on that my leg was not supposed to be cut off. So what happened?
Let's go one step back.
Yes.
When you woke up, you still had your leg.
Yes.
So at which point was your leg amputated?
So when I woke up, I still had my leg, but what they used to do in Mulago, I don't know if they do it to everyone or it was only me who was unfortunate. They used to come, remove the bandages and gauze, and then there were these intern doctors, so they come and learn from my leg. So these senior doctors would come and teach from my leg. So it took like one day, the second day, the third day. I was not feeling any change of my leg. So, but what happened was the bullet did not touch the bone. The bullet just teared up the big vein that transports blood from up to down.
What's that vein called again?
I don't know. It is big. It is behind here.
Yes.
That is what was like torn.
We'll have to find that out. But
yeah. So what they did in Mulago, they stitched it.
The vein?
Yeah, blocking the blood supply down. So it started changing color from down, slowly by slowly. But these people used to come every other day and check on me. Then I kept telling them, I'm not seeing any change with my leg. I still need to play football. That was my cry, because it's the only thing I knew how to do. I did not go to school. I don't have any qualification in academics or anything. So I kept telling them, please doctors, I need my leg okay. They were like, your leg is going to be okay. So they raised it. It was like this for a week, but still there was no change. So they used to pierce down. I wouldn't feel pain with time. So I sent my girlfriend to call one of the senior doctors to come and see it. So there's a gentleman that came, and these other old doctors who used to treat me and nurses were there. And then he was like, you don't know what you've caused this hospital. Because he had seen the leg was not healing. There was nothing, because it had even started getting too much dark. The smell was not good. By the time they cut this leg off, it was dark. It was very, very dark. And I was the one who even cried for it to go off. I was not supposed to go to the theater, but I cried because of the pain I was feeling. I did not sleep like for 2 weeks. There was like something sharp that used to come and pierce on the bone. Pull. I was not sleeping. I was sweating the whole time. You can imagine like sweating from morning to night, to morning to the next morning. That is how it was. So after like 3 weeks, there was nothing to treat anymore. I cried. They took me to the theater. They chopped it off. They covered it. They brought me back to the same bed. I was there like for a week. They discharged me home. They took me home. I reached home like after 2 days. Too much pain was in my limb. So took me back to Mulago, and they cut the stitches again. They cut like 3-4 stitches, and they got like a full cup of pus. No pus, too much pus.
There was an infection?
Yeah. Then they told me I'd gotten an infection. So they had again to clean it inside and stitch it again. So they cleaned me and stitched it again, and I was there like for 3-4 days. Then I went back home. I started the treatment from home.
You know what, there are times when I don't even know what to say. But all I'm going to say is, my brother, I'm sorry. I'm sure all the guys filming this. But when I was in the hospital, it was, media. I love media so much. They've put me there. They kept like covering me. So it was too much in the media, and it was too much on the police side. So I kept getting phone calls. I remember by that time I talked to Ibn Senkumbi, was still the spokesperson of police. I talked to, there's a lady that turned into an MP. She was also, I think, a spokesperson of police. I don't remember her name, but she's there. Then I talked to the IGP on phone. That was at the time Kale Kaihura?
Yeah, he was still there. And then these people didn't want this thing too much in the media. So they kept telling me, we are sorry, we're going to see how we'll help you with the medical bills and everything, but they did not do anything.
Are you saying that the police in Uganda who shot you did not help you at all with your medical bills?
Nothing. Nothing. It took a long time to heal. It took a long time to heal, but then after some time we tried to follow it up, but then they refused us to go to legal. They wanted to compensate us behind closed doors, of which they've been promising, come this day, we go there, the big man is not here, you know, such stuff. It happens with the government.
Are you saying from 2013, when this accident happened, you haven't been compensated to date?
Never, never, because they've apologized. They keep apologizing to me, hey, we are sorry for what this happened, but they've never come up to like, this is what we've done for you, for your loss of the leg, we are sorry. Because the officer who shot me was arrested.
Right.
He got arrested and later on got out on bail. Then he went a worry for some time. Then they got him again. Then they were like, we should not go back to the media and legal. They are going to help us.
So is this officer back in the police?
I don't know. Ever since then, I don't know. I've been talking to Emiliano Kaima, the current spokesperson, knows about me. I've sat with him in office for like 3 times. I've talked to Fande Barroza by the time of the IGP, the last IGP, who Kare Kaihura. I talked to Fande Barroza.
So in short, in summary, you're saying that the police have never helped you, but they accept responsibility for the wrongdoing. And secondly, there's something that really bothers me. You know, I'm thinking about the medical process. How was that addressed? Because it seems like a case of negligence. Because if they hadn't stitched your vein, I'm trying to figure out what that vein is called. Maybe the guys will Google and tell me what this is. Maybe you'd still have a leg today. Yeah. Because I hear all around the world of people having really bad accidents, legs almost half off, and they get them sort of repaired and things like that. Again, I'm not a doctor, so I'm just speculating here, but it did seem that there may have been a chance, if there was less negligence, for you to get your leg back and rehabilitate yourself. But you know what, I want to say I'm really sorry. Right now you're on probably the biggest broadcast in this country, which is Uganda Broadcasting Corporation. We're going to tell your story. That's what we're going to do. And what I'm going to do personally is try and pursue what it is that you're trying to pursue in terms of getting compensation for what happened. It's sad because, you know, you were a great talent. You still are a great talent because you can do other things. But it's sad to hear that you lost your dreams because of somebody's negligence and somebody's foolishness. And, you know, I appeal to, you know, the security forces. You know, we can't have situations like this. I know there are people who make mistakes, but you can't make these kind of mistakes. It's devastating for people's lives, and let's try and follow the due process. I know it's not a problem of all the police or all the soldiers, because there are many who are good people and are trying to do the right thing. But you know, me on a personal level, I'm really sorry for what happened to you, and it breaks my heart that it was just a careless error. We have to try and find you the compensation that you need, and so we're going to do our best. And this is what the Cedric Live Show is about. It's about bringing on people who've gone through traumatic situations like yours and are sitting here today telling us their story. It must have been really hard, really difficult, you know, because, you know, I've had a few injuries. I tore my Achilles tendon when I was playing tennis, and I was incapacitated because I was used to being an athlete, you know. So, you know, but thinking now that you've lost your leg completely, how was that? How did you manage this?
It's like a dream, you know. It's like you know, when I was growing up in Reserve Barracks, we used to, you know, helicopters. Whenever we could see helicopters in the air, would be like Museveni, Museveni. So we grew up like wanting to be Museveni, so that you can go in a helicopter. So it was like sleeping in a different dimension and then waking up in a different dimension. It was very hard because, like I told you, football is the only thing I knew how to do. It was like my only resource of income and everything. So like waking up one day, you don't have a leg, it was really, really difficult. But as a hustler, as a man in life, there's nothing that can stop you from moving. As long as you still breathe, I think you still need to move.
Yeah, man, you know, it's such an inspiring story. So, I mean, what do you do these days? I mean, what do you do every day? I mean, do you work now? Do you did my friends at FUFA help you at Proline? Did they give you a job, maybe coaching or doing something?
Yeah. I did a beginner's coaching course.
Great.
In Kabale, that was initiated by Mujib Kasule. He's been pushing me here and there. He helps me a bit when I have like a problem that I cannot handle. I run to him. Then also Hussein Kato is also part of the management of Proline. He's a bank manager. He helps me out, and they at least they pay for the courses, coaching courses, to go there and learn. Medical bills and stuff, they've been helping me out. But FUFA, no, because I remember I went to FUFA crying to be put on the list that was going to the State House, since I was also like a servant of FUFA at one time, to also go issue my table on His Excellency's table, but the president denied me that chance. And that was like the only...
Which president?
President of the FUFA, Magogo.
Are you sure it was him who denied it, or was somebody else? Because he's the head of the organization.
Yeah, I went to FUFA the first time. I wanted to see him. He came out of the office. I was waiting for him down at his car. He told me I go talk to some lady called Sumaya to give me an appointment. So they gave me an appointment date. So when it reached, I came with it. So when I went to his door, he locked the door, and then he sent me a sheet with a number, call on this number. So when I called on this number, the guy was like, we cannot put you on the list. The list was, it came from the State House. They wanted this number and this name. So your name was, they don't know it. I'm like, it is okay. But because he has the powers of saying he should be there. If he didn't, then he refused.
So Mujib has been helpful to you in terms of everything, and you know, bless him for helping you. Everybody's going to see this show, and hopefully, you know, you might get audience with the president. I don't know, but I hope you do, so you can tell him your story, tell him what happened to you, and you know, it's great to see that you actually pursuing a career in coaching, because there's a lot of it's a good career. You know, I'm the head of a federation, and we've just had a coaching course for our officials, you know, to get certified, you know, and then get your badges so you can take this inspirational story and your experience in football and become a coach. So I hope that whatever Mujib is doing, whatever we can do at Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, we can help you achieve your dream of becoming a coach.
Thank you so much.
So we're going to cut to commercial again, come back and talk a little bit more.
One here at Anfield via Daniel Sturridge.
Yeah! 2-1, my brother. 2-1. Ah! Come on!
Welcome back to the Cedric Live Show. We're here with Isaac Bumbuli. I'm sure you've heard some of his story, but we're going to go a bit lighthearted now. I'm going to introduce Isaac. Isaac, see that guy behind you is called Cass Baby. You know, he's the one who, you see, that time when you went to Silk, those are the kind of characters that people go to see. This guy is one of the best DJs in Uganda. He's about your age, 27, 26, 28, so he's a year older than you. And he's one of the best DJs in the country. I'm sure he has some things to talk to you about.
Sure, DJ Katz. Yeah.
Your story is so saddening. I couldn't. but I respect you so much for going through all that you did and still coming out on top. It's just amazing. I can't imagine if I actually lost one of my arms.
That was the question I was going to ask you. Imagine waking up one day, you don't have the hand that spins that thing.
No, I don't know what I would do. That's why I respect you.
But life is life. You have to let go and move on. There's something else you can do.
God's plan. You like music?
Yeah, very much.
What's your favorite song?
Skanking by Chronics. I'm so a big fan of reggae. I love Chronics.
I don't think Cass Baby has that. Do you have that? Okay, let's hear this. Let's hear it.
Skanking. Good taste, yeah?
Yeah. It's like he was speaking about my life in the song.
Or the lyrics of the song?
Yeah.
What are the lyrics of the song?
It doesn't matter what you go through.
Oh.
Yeah. Listen well.
Under the pressures of the life and it's tough. No stay down, mama, time pick it up. No matter with the down full style.
Happy birthday vibes, I pick it up.
When the bills, them, the rent and the mortgage.
Listen.
When
your best friends are gone and it's only you.
Like a pass, turn up the music.
Skanking sweet. Everybody wanna feel like we. Forget the troubles and rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet. Yeah. Skanking sweet. You're the best DJ.
I try.
All right, let's get back into the interview. There's something you said when that song was playing. You said that, first of all, this song speaks about, some of the things that have happened to you. And then you said something about all your friends left you and now you're by yourself.
You see, Cedric, when you get into the problem like I got into, it's when you're going to know that Cedric is my friend. Cass Baby is my friend. This one is not a friend. I had so many friends that we were like 27 boys in the house where Mujib rented for us a house in Chaliwajara. It's where we used to live. So we're like 27, and right now let's say 12 of the boys are living large. You know what I mean by living large? They have big mansions, they have very big cars, they're playing professionals in Europe. They're getting money, they're on the national team, but at one time you can wake up like you have a problem of, let's say, like 200,000 and you call a friend. You really need to come out of this problem. And you know what? He hangs you up. He doesn't, when he sees you coming from the other side, you're a burden to him, He changes the channel. So when you get into problems, you know who your really people are. So I've known people, I've known how life is supposed, and the difference between me and the child that has not gotten what I've gotten is that I got lectures about how life is supposed to go, and I ignored them. And this is what I'm telling the kid that is out there watching right now. See, you have this talent that was given to you by God, but it's not enough. It's not all about the talent you have. Talent is with so many things behind, There's discipline part of it, When you're a footballer aspiring to become a professional footballer, what time are you supposed to be in bed? What kind of drinks are you supposed to be drinking? What kind of group influence are you supposed to be having? All those come with talent.
So you're saying that maybe if you hadn't been going to nightclubs and drinking, this wouldn't have happened?
Yeah. I'm sure about that.
Yeah, I think there's a lot in that. I think when I hear the story and, we go through this rigmarole of what happened to you, I think that, it's a lesson in some ways, for young professional athletes, young professional entertainers, to sort of keep away from the alcohol, the drink, the parties and everything. And when you talk about talent, I kind of see talent from a different perspective. I see talent from, talent is given to you to help others. And that is what I try to do. God gave me a talent as an athlete. Of course, I'm not an athlete anymore, but I draw on my life experience and the things that happened to me as an athlete, as a sports administrator, to help other people. And I think, you know, your story today is inspirational. God gave you talent. Yes, your leg may have been taken, but I think that your story is completely inspiring. And I'm sure there are going to be a lot of people out here who are listening to what you're saying today. Maybe you've made some new friends. Forget about those guys. You know those guys who weren't your friends? You know, you have a friend in me now. You can call me. I'll do my best.
Thank you.
You know, and Cass Baby too. I'm sure he'll take your number too, and we'll...
And sometimes, Cedric, it is not all about money. Sometimes it is like sitting down with someone and talk about this, you know? Just mere talking can take away something. Maybe I need to talk to someone to get okay. You know, maybe I don't need money to be okay. Because you're not going to give me all I want in my life. You're not going to make me rich. You're going to give me a small that you can give me, you know? But sometimes it's not about money. It's about like the brotherhood we had when we were growing up. Why is it cut off right now? Is it because of my problem? Am I becoming a burden to you? See, it comes with a lot of things. It comes with, but I've come over that. I've moved on. I'm the founder of Uganda Amputee Soccer.
Tell me a bit about that, Uganda Amputee Soccer.
Amputee Soccer is a football game.
I've seen it on television, but I haven't really paid attention.
Yeah, so when I got this accident, it was in 2014. There's a lady that flew from America to here. She's called Susan Batno. She has an NGO down in Kaval. It's called Soccer to Unite.
Soccer to Unite.
Yes.
Are they on Facebook and stuff like that? Soccer to Unite.
Yeah, Soccer to Unite.
You guys need to check that out.
Soccer, then 2, then Unite.
Soccer, and then the number 2, and then Unite. So they can check it out on Facebook.
Yeah, it is there. So she...
What's the lady's name?
Susan Batino.
Susan Batino.
Fortune Susan. Fortune.
Okay, you'll tell us. We'll communicate.
So she came with a laptop. I remember the first time I saw her at Java's Cafe here in Kamocha at the petrol station. Yeah. So she opened her laptop and showed me the people like me playing football. And then she was crying. And then she was like, but you can do this. You know, because she was feeling sad because of what had happened and all that. And then she told me how to do it. And then she told me to gather people together who are like me. And we form a group and then we play around just to bring the smile back on our faces.
And you say this association is called what?
Sorry?
In Uganda, it's called what? It's an association?
Yeah, but not fully registered.
Why isn't it registered?
Because of politics here and there.
You mean with the federation?
No, with people that are taking disabled people in this country. They have a lot of politics.
Really?
Yeah, I'm telling you the truth. I launched Amputee Soccer in 2014 in some barracks in Mubende that gathers all the casualties from the armies and all that. So I think you also need to go there and do a story. Those people are amazing. I mean, you find someone with one hand, but he's digging, you know. He's digging for the family to feed back at home. He's having one leg, but his work is doing something. These are soldiers that have fought for this country, that have lost arms, hands for this country. For us, maybe you other people to be fine. I went there and launched this game. They all smiled, their wives, their kids, they were happy. In 2014, it was everywhere. And then politics started coming in, you know, because I had too many whites surrounding me. So some other people thought it was money on silver plate. So they started coming in, giving you ideas here and there, telling you don't associate with the other one. This one is a thief, you know, that kind of.
What is the association? Just read me the name of, tell me the name of the association again.
Uganda Amputee Soccer.
Uganda Amputee Soccer.
Yes.
So you guys, we need to stop this. We need to stop politicking about things that can help people. Number one, UPDF, the police, all the agencies, you need to integrate this. You need to put this together. You need to talk to guys like Isaac, some of the amputees, and let's put together something that works for these guys. Not everything can be about politics, you know. Some of these things are not about politics, it's about making people's lives better. So just let's do it. You know, I don't know how we're going to do it, but what you do is we're going to write, and if you can, write to the Cedric Live Show at ubc.ug, or it's cedriclive@ubc.ug. Let's try and put this together for Isaac. Let's try and put this together for all the other casualties of war, of trauma, of accidents, and let's see if we can put something together, make Uganda great. That's what it is. This show is about inspiration, information, education, you know, and we are Ugandans and we're bound to help other Ugandans. You know, we see things in the movies, am I my brother's keeper? Yes, we are. We are here to look after each other. We are here to help each other. And what makes a great nation? A great nation is the ability for one Ugandan to look after the next Ugandan. So Isaac, tell me, do you have a family? Do you have your own kids?
Yeah, I have 2 boys. Yeah. I have Faik and Raj.
How old?
Faik is 6 years. He's making 7 on 17th of this month. He's making 6, 17th of this month. Yes. And Raj is making 2 years next year in May. Okay. Yeah, that's and our baby mama, she's called Nanskombi Brenda, the most beautiful woman I know. She's been there from, I met her in Form 2. S2. S2. She's been there, she comes from a very rich family, but she's been there for me in everything, feeding me, treating me when I was in Mulago. You know, a woman like at our age, the age, wow, by the time it happened, she was still having fun, you know, but she put all the fun aside and treated me. She treated me, she cleaned me, she brushed she made sure I was okay. She made sure I was okay.
What's her name?
She's called Brenda Nanskombi. She's very beautiful. She's given me very beautiful babies.
Brenda, God bless you for looking after this man, and I hope you watch this show, and you know, it's a strong man you have here, and you know, we wish the best for him. So before we go, right, I want you to say something to all the youngsters out there, to all the young footballers, to all the people out in Uganda. Tell them what you want them to hear about you.
To a young child out there who wants to make it in life, there are some things I want you to stop getting involved into before it is too late for you. God is going to bless you with talent, but He's not about talent alone. Talent comes with a lot of things. There are group influences. You might be having a friend, but you don't know what this friend does. You know, when you're separated, when you're not together, you know, he could be having some bad behaviors that you don't know. So limit yourself with group influence. Alcohol is not good. Drug addiction is not good for you. Some of the young men get like into groups that smoke. You know, I've heard sayings that when you smoke, you get brave, you know, you can score goals and all that. Some people do witchcrafts. That is all rubbish. There's one thing you should believe in this world. It is God. It is God that removed my leg. It is God that has brought me to Cedric Live Show. I grew up seeing you in the media, you know, here and there, some for good reasons, some for bad reasons. I remember when I saw you like getting, you know, messy with girls here and there, like because of your looks. Girls like were fighting for you in the media. So it is be humble, listen to your parents. If you have a chance of being in school, stay in school. I sit down and regret. If I had knowledge or qualifications that I would go ask for a job and sit down and write, use my hands, because I have hands. I can write like a doctor, writes, chichi, go get this, but I can't. So if you have a chance of staying in school, please stay in school. Stay away from bad influence.
So, what's your favorite soccer team?
Manchester United, of course.
But you're wearing a Liverpool Football Club jersey.
Yes, because I heard your director, Katson, is a Liverpool fan, so I wanted to put a smile on his face. But I'm a Manchester United.
So this is what we did.
Yeah, here at Bumbuli's place. I'll get him, take him, watch the game, and we are all smiles now. But I guess I'll come back smiling, and we come back crying. Let's check this out. Cheers. You ready to go watch the game? Which team do you support? Yeah, we're here at Arena Sports Bar and Grill. Like I told you, I was gonna bring my man, Bumbuli, Isaac, for the Liverpool-Manchester game. But before we do Liverpool-Manchester game, we want to test our football knowledge. So I'm gonna ask him 5 questions about Manchester United. He's gonna ask me 5 questions about Liverpool, and we see who wins. May the best man win. You're welcome, Bumbuli.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, man.
I'm so humbled, first of all, to be back here with my man Katson on Cedric Live Show. I have my 5 questions with me. I'm going to ask him about Liverpool. What's the training ground of Liverpool?
Melwood.
I think he knows. Who is the main sponsor of Liverpool?
Okay, we'll
Jazz?
see. The main sponsor, definitely. Standard Chartered. Standard Chartered.
Who coached Liverpool after Benitez?
After Benitez. Rogers, Brendan Rogers. Yeah. Like I said, change of plan. I'm asking you the same questions you asked me. All-time goal scorer of Manchester United.
Sir Bobby Charlton.
Wayne Rooney. Shirt sponsor?
That's a tricky one. Not sure about that.
Champions League trophies?
The ones I've seen too.
Yeah. Peace. Let's go watch the game and see what happens.
It's going to change.
And Mourinho will do his thing, defending.
But we have a good bench. We have a better bench than yours.
Lukaku,
Mata,
no,
Pogba.
Pogba
and Mata and Martial. Even Mata can change the game at his
just gives you an indication. What an impression this has made. It was meant for there's another kind deflection come his way, and it really is. I can do very little about that. And he's gone for the side foot.
There's the guy who's been telling me in the car.
And the deflection off by
Shaqiri! Liverpool! Yeah! 2-1, my brother. 2-1. But I think that...
And there's Lukaku.
Come on!
It's surprising. I thought he would have just gone to try and get his knee over.
Final whistle! 3-2, Shaqiri!
One love, people. Never walk alone.
Fair play, man. Fair play.
Isaac, thank you for coming on the show. You're truly an inspiration to me, and I'm sure a lot of other Ugandans.
Thank you so much.
I wish you luck.
Thank you for having me.
Take care, brother.
Yeah, so you just lost. Liverpool, we won. Yeah. Where are you from? From Germany. Oh, Germany. My girlfriend is from. All right, man. You good? Yeah, very good. Now, very good. Oh, you go.